Emergencies can happen anytime, in a hotel, at the airport, or on the street. Are you ready to explain what's wrong in English? Today, I'll help you speak confidently in any difficult situation so you can stay safe, calm, and in control. Have you ever thought about what you would do if something went wrong while you were traveling or living in another country? An accident, a robbery, a fire, a medical problem. These situations are stressful enough in your own language. But in English, when you're nervous or afraid, it can feel even harder. But don't worry. Today, I'll help you learn the most important English phrases for emergencies. We'll practice real-life dialogues, repeat after me sections, and listen to mini stories that will help you feel prepared and confident. Let's begin. Repeat after me. Help. Call the police. Call an ambulance. It's an emergency. Please help me. Please stay with me. Excellent. Let's talk about the word emergency. An emergency is a serious, dangerous situation where you need help quickly, like a fire, a bad accident, or someone who can't breathe. Repeat after me. It's an emergency. I need help right now. Imagine this story. It's late at night. You're staying in a hotel in a city you've never visited before. Outside, you hear cars, laughter, and music from the street. Inside your room, it's quiet and cool. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain in your chest. Your heart is pounding. You feel sweaty and lightheaded. The shadows on the walls seem to move. You feel panic. You know you need help. You pick up the phone and call the front desk. You say, your voice trembling, "Hello, I'm not feeling well. I have chest pain. Can you call an ambulance, please?" The receptionist sounds worried. She says, "Of course. Please stay calm. Help is on the way." A few minutes later, a doctor arrives. He kneels beside you and asks, "Do you have any allergies?" You manage to say, "Yes, I'm allergic to penicillin." The doctor nods and says gently, "Thank you. Don't worry. We're going to help you." Repeat after me. I'm not feeling well. I have chest pain. Please stay calm. Help is on the way. I'm allergic to penicillin. Let's learn more useful medical words. Repeat after me. I have a fever. My stomach hurts. I feel dizzy. I can't breathe. I've been injured. I think I broke my arm. I need a prescription. Now let's explain unconscious. Unconscious means the person can't wake up. They don't move, speak, or respond. It's very serious. They need help quickly. Repeat after me. Someone is unconscious. Call an ambulance when see call. Imagine you're at the airport. People rush past you, pulling suitcases. The smell of coffee and baked pastries fills the air. You hear announcements about boarding and delays. Suddenly, the man in front of you falls to the ground. His bag crashes beside him. He lies still, eyes closed. People scream and step back. You feel your own heart racing. You take a deep breath and shout, "Help! Someone fell down. He's unconscious. Call an ambulance." An airport worker runs over, talking into a radio. In minutes, paramedics arrive. They kneel beside the man and check his pulse. One says, "Please stay back. We're helping him." Repeat after me. Someone fell down. He's unconscious. Call an ambulance. Let's talk about ambulances. An ambulance is a special car or van that takes sick or injured people to the hospital. It has flashing lights and a loud siren. When you hear the siren, it means someone needs urgent help. Repeat after me. I need an ambulance. Call an ambulance. Did you know emergency numbers are different in each country? In the United States, you call 911. In the United Kingdom, it's 999. In the European Union, you dial 112. In Australia, the emergency number is 000. In Japan, you call 119 for medical help and fires, and 110 for police. Always check the emergency number of the country you visit. It could save your life. Repeat after me. What is the emergency number here? I need to call for help. Now imagine another story. You're walking down a busy street in a foreign city. There are bright lights, colorful signs, music from street performers, and the smell of fresh bread from a bakery. Suddenly, someone bumps into you hard. Before you realize what's happening, they snatch your bag and run away into the crowd. Your heart is pounding. Your hands are shaking. You feel fear, anger, and confusion. You look around trying to see the person who took your bag. You shout, "Help! Someone stole my bag." A police officer comes running over and says, "I'm sorry to hear that. Where did it happen?" You answer, "Right here, on this street. He was wearing a red jacket and running fast." The officer says, "Please stay calm. I need to write a report. Can you tell me more details?" Repeat after me. Someone stole my bag. He was wearing a red jacket. Please stay calm. I need to write a report. Let's talk about theft and robbery. Theft is when someone secretly takes your things. For example, stealing your wallet from your bag while you're not looking. Robbery is when someone takes your things by force. For example, someone pushes you and grabs your phone. Repeat after me. My wallet was stolen. I've been robbed. I need to report it. Now imagine you return to your hotel room and discover your passport is missing. You feel a wave of panic. You know you need your passport to travel home. You rush to the reception and say, "Excuse me, my passport is missing. Can you help me find it?" The hotel worker looks concerned and says, "Don't worry, we'll check with housekeeping and security." Later, they find your passport under the bed. You feel so relieved. Your shoulders relax. You can finally breathe again. Repeat after me. My passport is missing. Can you help me find it? Thank you so much. Now imagine you truly lost your passport and have to go to the embassy. Traveler, excuse me, my passport was stolen. Embassy worker, I'm sorry to hear that. When did it happen? Traveler, yesterday, at the train station. Embassy worker, don't worry, we'll help you get a new passport. Repeat after me. My passport was stolen. I need help from the embassy. Thank you. An embassy is your country's office in another country. They help you if you lose your passport, have legal trouble, or face other emergencies. Let's imagine another story. You're driving in another country. The road is wet from rain. Suddenly another car hits yours from the side. You hear a loud crash. Glass shatters. Your heart is pounding. You sit in your car, breathing hard. Thankfully, you're not hurt, but your car is damaged. You go to the insurance office and say, "Excuse me, I need to file a claim. I was in an accident." The agent looks at you kindly and asks, "Were you hurt?" You say, "No, I'm okay, but my car is damaged." The agent says, "Don't worry, we'll help you." Repeat after me. I need to file a claim. My car is damaged. Thank you for your help. Let's practice a situation in a store. Shopper, excuse me, someone took my bag. Store employee, I'm so sorry. Where did you last see it? Shopper, near the cash register. Store employee, let's check the cameras. Repeat after me. Someone took my bag. Can you help me, please? Thank you for helping me. Let's talk about calling emergency services. Repeat after me. What is your emergency? Where are you? Is anyone hurt? Can you describe the problem? You can answer like this. Repeat after me. I'm at... Say your address or location. Someone is unconscious. There's a fire. Please come quickly. It's urgent. Let's explain the word statement. A statement is when you tell the police exactly what happened. You explain everything you saw, heard, or experienced. Repeat after me. I need to give a statement. I saw what happened. An incident report is a paper you fill out after something bad happens, like an accident or theft. Police or companies keep it as a record. Repeat after me. I need to fill out an incident report. Where can I file a report? Let's imagine another story. You've just arrived at the airport in another country. You're tired after a long flight. You wait at the baggage carousel, watching the bags go around and around. People are picking up their suitcases, but your bag never comes. The crowd slowly leaves. The carousel stops. You're the only person left standing there. You feel your stomach twist. Your heart beats faster. You're worried because your passport, clothes, and important things were in that suitcase. You walk to the lost luggage office and say, "Excuse me, my suitcase didn't arrive. I think it's lost." The airport staff member says, "I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you describe your bag?" You say, Yes, it's a large black suitcase with a red ribbon on the handle. The staff member smiles and says, "Thank you, we'll look for it right away. Please fill out this report." Repeat after me. My suitcase didn't arrive. I think it's lost. Can you help me? It's a black suitcase with a red ribbon. Let's talk about something called a fire drill. A fire drill is when people practice what to do in case of a real fire. Alarms ring loudly. People leave the building calmly and go to a safe place outside. Fire drills help keep people safe because they know how to escape if a real fire happens. Imagine you're staying in a hotel. Suddenly the alarm rings. You smell no smoke, but you feel confused. A hotel worker says, "Don't worry, it's only a fire drill." You say, "Okay, where should I go?" The worker says, "Follow the signs to the emergency exit and wait outside." Repeat after me. It's only a fire drill. Where should I go? Follow the signs to the emergency exit. Let's learn 2 more words. A witness is a person who sees something happen. For example, someone who sees an accident or a robbery. Police often ask witnesses to describe what they saw. Repeat after me. I was a witness. I saw what happened. Police will ask me questions. Now let's talk about emergency exit. An emergency exit is a special door you use to leave a building quickly if there's danger, like a fire. Repeat after me. Where is the emergency exit? I need to leave quickly. Let's do a longer test yourself exercise. I'll describe a situation. You think of what you'd say in English. Imagine your suitcase didn't arrive at the airport. You could say, "My suitcase didn't arrive," or "I think my luggage is lost." Imagine you hear a loud alarm in your hotel, but there's no smoke. You could say, "Is this a fire drill?" Or, "Where is the emergency exit?" Imagine you saw someone steal another person's bag. You could say, "I was a witness. I saw the man take the bag." Imagine you have chest pain. You could say, "I'm not feeling well. I have chest pain. Please call an ambulance." Imagine your friend fell down and is not moving. You could say, "My friend is unconscious. Call an ambulance." Fantastic work. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. People understand that you're afraid or nervous. The most important thing is to stay calm and try your best to speak clearly. Repeat after me. I will stay calm. I can ask for help. I will speak English with confidence. Remember, emergencies are scary, but speaking even a few words in English can make a big difference. It might help save your life, or someone else's. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Don't be afraid to speak. You are brave for learning how to handle emergencies in another language. I'm very proud of you. You're learning, practicing, and becoming stronger every day. Thanks for practicing with me today. Stay safe, speak confidently, and remember, you can do this. Before you go, remember this. Every word you learn makes you stronger. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. You'll find more lessons, more stories, and more English practice to help you feel confident in any situation. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who might need it. Let's keep learning together. See you in the next lesson.